What is up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's call. This is a tryout for America's Got Talent. So if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I see Judith's face is like, wait, am I on the right call? My name is Keisha. I'm going to be your host for tonight, just so I'd probably get you guys laughing and get a smile there. Also co-hosting with Nick Martinez. We're going to go ahead and get started. We will keep this brief and short. So if you guys have questions and you're new to Zoom, there is a chat button on the bottom. So just feel free to chat or ask questions in the chat bar. How many are brand new in this call? Put in the chat below if you're brand new learning about ketones. If you're not brand new and you've been drinking ketones, how long have you been drinking them for? Also, where do you live? I am in Vegas, mostly full-time. We travel a lot, and then part-time San Diego. And then I have two kids, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and two bonus kids. Actually, he turned 6 yesterday. 6 years old and 7 years old. So life is busy over here. Thank goodness for ketones. I personally got introduced to ketones 5 years ago in 2017. I had some crazy health stuff going on with my life and health, and my girlfriend knew about it, and she was like, "You gotta try this keto product." And how many, raise your hand if you thought the word keto associated with the word the keto diet? I did. So I immediately wrote it off, and I was like, it's not for me. I don't want to take supplements, and I also don't want to do a crazy keto diet. So that being said, I told her no. And finally, after the third time, she's like, listen, I know you have a background in health and nutrition. If I just gave you the product, would you look into it and tell me what you think? And I was like, yeah, sure. And in my mind, I honestly wanted to prove to her that it wasn't going to be a good product, and that backfired for me. So here I am 5 years later. I tried the product. First couple days, I didn't think I felt anything. Day 3, I felt the focus. But again, because I was so skeptical, I thought it was on placebo, on my head. Sounded too good to be true. And then day 5 is when I had that burst of energy, and I had struggled for 3 years, basically bedridden, couch ridden, trying to get energy just from my fatigue and hormonal imbalances. And I called my girlfriend up. I'm like, whatever you just gave me, I'm all in. I know a ton of women that need this stuff. How much is it? How do I get started? And I want to share this with my friends. So that's what I've been doing for 5 years. I'm blessed to be at home with my babies. I'm blessed to share this conversation with all parts of the world, internationally, locally, all over. So we're going to actually talk about what ketones are, how they work, what they can do for you, and honestly, how to maximize using them. So if you guys have any questions, again, please use the chat below. I see we got some people from New York and Texas. What up? What's the weather like over there, by the way? Yeah, it's brutally hot here. But yeah, I love them personally because they worked for me. Most things that I've tried in the past don't work or didn't work, or if they did, it did for a short period of time. And then I went back to how I felt or gained the weight, doubled the weight of what I gained. I didn't really lose the weight right away. So if you're somebody on this call trying to lose weight, be patient, give yourself grace, throw that scale out the window. I know personally I literally would check the scale every 3 hours. That's how obsessed I was. But get rid of that thing. That does no good for you. But I personally lost the weight after 30 days, drinking 1 a day for the most part, sometimes 2. I personally drink 2 a day now, but I start in the morning before I eat, before I work out, if I work out. And then I drink another one around mid-afternoon. We do have, and Nick will get into this, we do have decaf and caffeinated version. I personally start with a caffeine in the morning and do a decaf mid-afternoon. And I absolutely love it. I noticed a big difference. Sometimes Michael's like, did you have your ketones yet? And I'm like, what are you trying to say? I'm being, you know what? And it's his way of being nice, but also, hey, you need ketones in your body. But basically what ketones are is a naturally fermented salt that your liver would produce if you were to do the ketogenic diet. In this case, you're just drinking them. So you get the same benefits of being on the diet, which are better mood, better focus, mental clarity, fat loss, and energy, better sleep too, better mood too. So there's a lot of benefits that come along with it, and they kind of fire off, or at least they did for me, different times. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Nick, are you there? I see your face.
I'm here. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Can
doing
you share,
fantastic.
yeah, can you share with people like who you are and honestly the product and how they work and the best way to drink it?
Absolutely. What's happening, everybody? Good to see you. Good to have you on. My name's Nick. I live out in Minnesota. I'm actually at a soccer game, so if the home team scores here, which they've been doing a lot of, you might hear some excitement in the background. But I've been drinking and sharing ketones now for the last 7 years. I was introduced to this by a flight attendant. I used to be a full-time airline pilot, and I went from being tired all the time, dragging, coming home from trips with not a lot of energy, to all of a sudden having energy, all of a sudden not being hungry on the road, sleeping better, and not craving all the junk when I was out. So this was a big game changer for me. And as a result, I got excited about it. So I started to introduce it to people around me and started to really do a lot of research and learn, like, what is it about ketones that works so well? So at the end of the day, what Keisha just said is when you drink this, you're drinking ketones that are bound to minerals that when you drink it, your body absorbs and puts you in a state of ketosis. So what does that mean? It means that that you have benefits of ketones as an energy source. Think of these as a fuel source for your brain, for your muscles, and for your heart. Okay, your body runs on ketones or glucose. Ketones come when you metabolize fat. Glucose comes when you metabolize carbs and sugar. Prior to this product, prior to being able to drink ketones, you had to either do the diet or you had to fast. And when your body ran out of fuel, i.e., glucose, it would switch over into ketosis and metabolize body fat, and that's how you'd survive. That's how you live. And what's neat is in that state of ketosis, you actually thrive. Like your body works really, really well. Why? Because we were designed to go without food for periods of time and then be able to charge forward and go find that next meal, that next animal, or whatever it was. So we would thrive in that environment. So this day and age, about 150 years ago, we started to process food. We started to store food. We started to get sweets. We started to get lots more sugar. Next thing you know, we're never in that state of ketosis like we used to be. So the neat thing with the drink is you can get there instantly on demand whenever you want just by drinking it. And just like Keisha mentioned, you're going to experience energy. You might experience a little better focus. You might experience less hunger. You might experience that you're happier. All of those things come because your brain is getting fueled. Ketones are the best fuel for your brain. People experience energy all the time. They say, man, I came home and I just cleaned the house, or I had so much energy, I went for a walk. I haven't been walking in ages, or I haven't been to the gym in ages, and I'm going there every day. Why is that? Because ketones carry more oxygen to your cells than glucose, and they power you more efficiently. So at the end of the day, there's like decades now of science and data and research that backs up this product. Like she said, it's protected by 8 patents, and the stuff just works. So if you're not drinking it yet, it's time. If you're thinking about it, get off the fence and start. And then maybe you're drinking it right now and you're like, how do I maximize this? What do I do to create a better result for myself? Well, what we like to do is drink it first thing in the morning and just eat when we're hungry. A lot of times that doesn't mean you have to get up and eat at 7 o'clock in the morning. It might mean you drink your ketones and you're eating at 10, 11, or 12, creating a window of time where you're not putting food in your mouth. And then lunch, just skip the sugar, skip the extra bread, skip a bunch of the stuff that is not good for you. Stick to something that's super low carb and delicious, and then have another serving in the afternoon. Focus on having a nice dinner that's a little earlier than later, and then stop eating at that time. And guess what? If you do that and you combine and create a streak over time, you're going to find that as you look back, you're like, holy smokes, I'm feeling good. Oh my gosh. Like I'm moving more, I'm happier, I have a bigger smile on your face. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's very, very fast like this. But always, if somebody does this for the next 30, 60, 90 days, you will look back in 90 days and you'll feel and be a different person. So Keisha, that's just a short synopsis of how ketones work, what they do when they get in your body, and a little of how to take it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, there's really no wrong way to drink the product. The only wrong way is to not drink it at all. Your body's either going to use sugar or ketones. Those are the only fuel sources it has. So I know for me, like I've been coaching people for 5 years, and what I hear most people say is that they have a hard time in overeating, late night eating, and eating junk. So this is a product you want in your system, regardless if you're going to continue eating sugar or carbs. It's going to benefit you a ton. I know for me, I have a sweet tooth and I always have. But this, I honestly don't really crave sweets anymore. And if I do, it's like very minimal. So I give a lot of credit to this. I drank it during my pregnancies. I had two babies back to back, and got it approved by my doctor. And after my second baby, I lost 60 pounds. So during my journey, I was gaining weight, obviously for obvious reasons, but was able to take some weight off. But most of all, the best benefit I can say I've had was the energy, and then also just the mood and watching what I eat more. Not even watching, just naturally kind of helped me change the way I was eating. The way you can get started, whoever invited you into the call, there's lots of ways you can get started. We have trial packs where you can just try the product. If you're serious about your health, the trials are, I would say, a great way to try the flavor, but I would try our 10-day challenge kit box. It has a variety of flavors, and it has decaf and caffeinated. So you can do the caffeine in the morning, decaf at night, or you could split it throughout the days. We also have just a box of whatever flavor. So if you just wanted blueberry acai, you could just get one flavor. My favorite flavor is berry blue. And you can mix in all sorts of ways. So if it's too sweet, add more water. You can squeeze lemon or lime in it to tame the sweetness. Less water if you like it. We have our Keto Up can, which is a canned version carbonated product. So anyone that drinks energy drinks or monsters, any of that, kick that to the curb and get this keto up in your system. And then we also have some other systems that work like our keto reboot. So if you need like a reset of your metabolism, a flush, a restart, I would say that's a good thing to grab alongside of either a box trials or even with a 10-day. We have a Keto Pro. Those are protein and ketones mixed. So this is great for like a post-workout or even late night snack mixed with almond milk, regular milk, whatever. So there's really simple ways. We have lots of promotions and sales going on, but most of all, main thing is just get started. I know it gets scary and intimidating because most things don't work. And I promise you, just give it time, be patient, and give yourself grace. It's not a quick fix. So you're not going to try a 5-day trial and all of a sudden lose 5 pounds. So just be patient with yourself. One thing that I love about, I guess, the community or what we do as a whole is Prove It, is the support you get. I know for me, I've come from the background of doing demos in the whole foods, health food space, and a lot of supplements and products that are sold to you don't have support. So I love that about Prove It and the community and how many people are there to help you as you navigate your journey. As far as maybe you need more water, maybe you need an electrolyte, which we also sell alongside with the ketones. So make sure you have the person that invited you, make sure they have you have them right alongside with you to help coach you. You're never alone. That's one thing I love the most about this is the community, and just realizing that you're not alone and everyone's kind of on a different journey and pace of the journey. You just have to be patient. There's ways to get it for free. So you don't have to become a promoter to do that. You could just be a customer. It's referred to. Yours is free on what we call Smart Ship, which is like auto shipment every month. Even if you don't refer 2 people, just so you know, you always get 22% off every month, regardless if those 2 people sign up underneath you or not, as long as you're on Smart Ship. You also get a free box every 4 months. So every 4 months, Prove It will send you a mystery box. So there's a lot of perks of being on Smart Ship and referring those 2 people. And then if you refer them more than 2 people, everyone's like, well, what happens if I refer more than 2? My mom wants them, my sister wants them, my dad wants them, and the whole family wants it. And I'm like, well, you can make some extra money. So there's great rewards that come along with that. If you want to promote, like I said, the community, you're never like thrown in the wolves trying to figure out on your own. It's actually a pretty easy product to share. I have a girl here locally who I just met, tried our Keto Up yesterday. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually, my mom's on her way to work and I think she would love this stuff. I already feel it within like 5 seconds. I swear she drank it. And I'm like, really? No way. Where's she at? I'll bring her some. So that aspect of the community and just the product itself, just it sells itself. I mean, it really does. I'd love to toss it to you, Nick, to kind of share more about those thoughts on the business side and what that looks like if people were to share in their local community or even nationwide. It doesn't really matter where you share it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was interesting when I was introduced to this 7 years ago. Like I said, I was a pilot and I got a call from a friend who happened to be a flight attendant. She said, Nick, you've got to drink this and you've got to help me share this with people because it's going to change the world. And I don't know why, but it was just her confidence and certainty of what this was and knowing how impactful that it was going to be that I rose my head. I didn't know what ketones were. I'd never been in ketosis since I was a baby. And I just said, okay. So what did I do? I naturally drank it when I was in the cockpit. And the guys I was flying with were like, what's in your shaker bottle? What are you drinking? And before I knew it, we had so many different pilots that were experiencing ketones, starting to experience the benefit, different flight attendants. I called my mom, I called my dad, I called my sister, because if I was feeling this good, I figured they should too. And it just happened naturally. So you might be on here right now, and maybe this is the first time you've ever heard about ketones. You're probably thinking of 3, 4, 5, 6 people that might need this. You might be on here and maybe you've been drinking it for the last 6 months, keeping it secret, right? Maybe you've already had your experience, you had your journey, you're down 30 or 40 pounds, you're feeling amazing. Like, all right, I do have all these people that need this. We have probably the easiest product to share in one of the most amazing communities. I've been involved in a lot of those things in the past, and the neat thing is this is one of them, because all we're really doing is introducing to people to something that they're going to love, right, and that they're going to enjoy and use, and it's their choice to do so. So because of that, if you want to share this, obviously, Keisha just mentioned you can get free ketones, right? You can refer 2 friends, start getting yours for free. Beyond that, you can build a community of people that are loving ketones. You can start earning commissions and rewards, and you can have fun in the process. So some of our promoters join just because they want to be part of a community, part of a movement, and they know they're going to naturally share this. Other people join us because they're looking to create, an extra part-time income. Instead of going getting a job, waiting tables somewhere, this is a great way to put some extra money in your pocket every single month just by sharing something that you're already using. And we also have people like Keisha or like myself that really see a larger vision, see what's possible here, and say, what if I were to share this with a few who shared it with a few? And what if it did start to create the impact that they're talking about? Like, what's possible? Well, here I am 7 years later, and it's completely changed what I do as a profession. It's changed what my wife does. It's given us flexibility and freedom. And in the process, we have tons of people just like you who started maybe skeptical, not quite sure if it was for them. And now like they're looking back saying, holy smokes, I'm so glad that I said yes. So at the end of the day, like if you're curious, if you're interested, reach out to who invited you here and just say, hey, tell me more about this business. Tell me more about how I can get started as a promoter. Right now, we have an amazing promotion where it's just $1 to join when you grab one of our 4 promoter options, whether it's grabbing one of our personal pack bundles or our brand builder packs, which give you a little bit more ketones to start. And it's just $1. So like literally you're risking $1 because you're going to drink all the ketones anyways. And you're going to pay $1 extra to be a promoter. And at that point, we teach you, we have a system for you to follow and to plug into if it's something that is right up your alley. So Keisha, that's a little bit about the business. And for those of you watching and maybe you've been drinking this for a little bit, or maybe you're just hearing this for the first time, I would strongly encourage you to look more into sharing this and being part of our community. It's going to happen naturally, and you might as well do it with some intention and some focus, have some fun, be connected with some amazing people, and at the same time be rewarded for it.
I love it. Thank you, Nick, so much. I know you're at a soccer game. I'll go ahead and close up the call. One thing I do want to relay on this is you don't have to come in this having a big social media following, having sales experience, having to have knowledge on the product, having to know all the things. Actually, we prefer that you don't. You're basically in training mode. So if you decide to do business, you're not going to be throwing the wolves trying to figure out all the answers to everything. That's what the community is for. So just to reassure you on that, we'll teach you everything. Honestly, if you want to know social media, we'll teach you it. You can build this business offline and online. So it's really up to you, and you just leverage the team as you build it. But I appreciate you guys getting on. I know it was a short call. If you have more questions about the product, like I said, there's no wrong way to drink it. Just stay hydrated, drink it at least once a day, add electrolyte to help replenish the minerals, drink it in ice and water in a shaker cup, which normally I have in my hand, I don't. And some of them you can mix like the pro and almond milk or milk. But as that being said, we're going to go ahead and end this call. I appreciate you guys so much. Reach out to the person that invited you, message them, and let them know how you best want to get started. And hopefully we'll be looking forward to you guys at our events and our calls here in the near future. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Thank you, Nick.